Classification. Labels help us to communicate information about the names of individual places. However, they can be used for everything. For instance, if someone wants to have an idea about what the land use area here is being used for, we cannot necessarily use the labels to get this information. And if we are going to use labels in doing this, it's just going to make everything look so cluttered. Our objective in this session is to classify our vector data effectively, and this can be done using the appropriate classification tools. In order to achieve this, first click on the land use. You can either double click to open up the layer properties, or you can right click and select properties. So double click to open the layer properties window, and once you're done with that, click on the symbology. In the symbology, you want to change the single symbol, change it to categorized. And so we can also change the column using this drop down to select the land use field that we also have in our attribute table. Next, we want to change the symbol color. You can pick any color of your choice. I can leave it at this color, and I click on OK. Then another thing you want to do is to select the color ramp. Next to the color ramp is a drop down arrow. You click on it, and click. Here are several options: the blue, the green, spectral, color ramp. But we want to leave it at the random color ramp. Make sure it is checked and selected, and so you have it here. And so when you select the random color ramp, come down and locate this classify button and click on classify. And now we have a number of the land use features that have been classified with different colors, as you can see here. This aspect that does not have any name to it is just an object that does not have a land use value, and so we can give it any name and just double click, or rather just double click on it and give it any other color. You may just call it others. And so these are areas where the land use have no value. And so when this is done, you can now click on apply and OK. With that, you can see on your map canvas the several different land use are classified into different colors. And so we can use the forward arrow here to expand it so we can see the several land use. We can see the symmetry, what the land is used for symmetry, for conservation, and these are all highlighted in several colors: farmland, forestry, grass, and so on and so forth. And so another thing we may want to do is to label this feature so that all of the information we have here, the labeling, can also appear here on the map. And so in order to label the land use layer, you can double click on the land use on your layer panel to bring up the layer properties window. And so you can now click on labels. Having clicked on labels, the other time we use the layer styling option, and so we can use the layer properties option now. Once you double click on the land use, open it up, click on labels, use this drop down to select the single labels, and this brings up the several options that we'll be using in labeling the various land use layers. And so label width and select land use, because it's the categories of what we have on our layer panels. And so having selected that, you want to also select the text. So click on the text, and you can increase, you can make this 10, or let's say 8, the size of the text to be 8. And because we're not using the layer styling panel, we can see that it's not automatically effective, and so we need to click on the apply button so that we can see the changes. And so now you can see that the effect has been applied on our map canvas, and you can use the placement to select free, slow, and see the changes as it occurs on your map canvas. You can just leave it at the around the centroid, click on apply, and click on OK. These are ways in which we can label a feature, just like I illustrated before. But in this case, we have successfully classified the land use layer, and we have labeled it as well.